Okay, guys, so I finally found uh, a faction, and I think these are the clerics.
Excuse me. Yes, you. Haven't seen you around here before. Well, whatever your reasons for coming here, we clerics aren't in the business of turning people away.
These are the
That said,
clerics.
it's my duty to make sure every traveler who arrives here knows how we run things. No stealing and no fighting. Understood?
Perfectly. Uh,
You don't look like a cleric. Not like any I've ever seen.
Ha! I'd much rather be wearing the official uniform, but we have limited resources.
So where did that armor come from?
A while ago, our scouts came across some berserkers and Morkons fighting. The berserkers were completely outnumbered, didn't have a chance. The Morkons wiped them out and just left their corpses where they fell. It was the scouts' duty to give them a half-decent burial.
But it wasn't possible to bury them with such bulky armor?
Yeah, though as you can see, it's been put to good use. We clerics do not tolerate wastefulness. Now, I know you're not here to talk about armor. So, how about I give you a guided tour? It's quiet right now. I can leave my post for a while. Unless you have any more questions.
let's have a tour, please. Thank you.
I'd like a tour of the base.
Granted, with pleasure. Stay close to me, okay? First, I'll show you the habitat. It's where all the acolytes sleep. You can get some shut-eye there too if you like. I expect you're tired from such a long journey. Just pick whichever bed looks good to you. There's more than enough to go around.
Stockpile and maintain your weapons. And when it comes to it, do what
So, I think this is the cleric's
you're looking for.
standard base.
Here we are. Take a quick look inside. I don't mind waiting.
Okay, let's see.
Okay,
What
back
to...
in a moment.
All right.
Okay, I will go look around and see what they got in just a moment. At least I got a bed. That's cool. Okay, be back in a bit. Okay, it was a nice room, guys. It was a nice basement. Got some stuff, and now let's keep it moving now.
Well, you took your time.
Yeah, I did.
Those mattresses are certainly very comfortable. But now that you're fully rested, let's move on. Although, there's something I need to ask you first. Are you a believer?
Does it matter?
Does it matter?
Not really. I'm just curious. So are you a believer or not?
Let's say I am. Cause clerics are like a believer, so like clerics like berserkers, they all believe this. They have some god that they can believe in. Like berserkers, clerics, and alps, they all have this god. So let's just, for the sake of maybe join their allies, let's say that I am.
I am.
Good. Then I've got a surprise for you.
Good, you see.
Brother Johannes is about to start a prayer service. We'll be just in time for it. Oh, darn it. I guess I spoiled the surprise. Let me take you there.
The heat out there is
Only the outlaws and yeah, only the outlaws that I don't know, they don't believe
When
in
I do
nothing.
have time to myself, a quiet moment, I find solace in prayer. Outsiders often find this hard to understand. But let me
Outsiders
tell
are-
you, 1 week at my post would make anyone start to believe. The canteen is right next door, by the way. The selection is, well, limited. But if you chew a little longer than usual, you should be able to keep it down.
You see now, guys, the Outlaws, they don't believe in nothing, they just took from scrap or things, or they just kill people so they can be stronger. Wow, nice. But the clerics and berserkers in the Alps all believe in this god. Will make him bigger and better and stronger. So yeah.
Looks like we're right on time. Listen to Johannes for as long as you want. If you like the sermon, I don't mind staying to the end. Just let me know when you've had enough.
Brothers and sisters, hear me. I have been blessed with another revelation. A message has come to me. A message of hope and peace. You call yourselves exiles, but here you have found a new home. You call yourselves lost, but the Creator shows you the way. You call yourselves powerless, but prayer gives you strength every hour of every day. If you accept the Creator as your Savior, you will achieve enlightenment. Who can doubt His glory?
I can. The Creator is testing you! Show some faith!
My son, how can you deny the truth?
Because we're poor and afraid and have nothing to eat. This community, it's built on sand. One gust of wind and it's all gone.
And yet still we stand. From the ashes we rose. Now our numbers are increasing. You cannot deny the Creator's miracles.
The real miracle is that I'm still here. I've had enough of this bullshit.
He who rejects the hand of the Creator will be subject to His judgment. Praise be to you all. Now go. Feast upon the fruits of your labor. May the Creator bless you.
There goes another.
Another?
That man who left during the sermon? He's the 4th one this month.
Don't blame him.
Not everyone shares our optimism about the future. People are losing faith, turning to other activities to find solace. I just don't understand. Our faction serves the common good of all mankind, yet still, people turn their backs on us. But I must be stoic. I'm losing enough sleep over this already. On we go. I'm glad you listened to the sermon right up to the end. Words can be extremely persuasive, though it's essential we turn those words into action. They're also a major source of comfort and support. It takes a believer to understand that, like you and me.
Don't worry, I'm not a believer. In real life, in the game, sure.
That's the Regent's Citadel. Next to that are the archives. The Citadel is where our people conduct vital research. The archives are where they safely store that knowledge. Not the kind of work that I'm interested in. Let's not go inside. You'd be bored to tears, and I'm trying to make this tour interesting. Come on, nearly done.
If I have stuff I don't need, where can I offload it?
Maybe talk to Vivian in the merchant storehouse. Head to the southern side of the castle. Go left as you enter through the gate. Okay, that's about it. You should have a rough idea of where everything is. And don't forget, if any of the buildings spark your curiosity, just go inside and say hello.
Just like that?
As long as you don't get in anyone's way, no one will mind. This is the Judicator's Basilica. Humble folks like us tend not to hang around here, unless you're standing accused of something. I suggest you be extremely careful what you say and do in Hagen's presence. He's in charge of passing out sentences. Hagen will be able to answer your questions. I expect you've got plenty. I'll go back to my post. If you're ever in need of some company, please come by and say hello. Goodbye for now.
Wait, I have so many questions.
Tell me, are you the only guard at this gate?
Yes, if you don't count the combat mechs. Completely unreliable, those things. Too glitchy. Anyway, I can't complain. It's a solitary job, but my work allows everyone to sleep soundly. I'm proud of that. A cleric dedicates their life to saving others.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I will see what they have here, and maybe get some new gear.
Not now, I'm busy.
Not now, I'm busy. I think this must be their leader, Hagen.
You and I have met before. Where have I seen that face?
Met in the Horde.
We met in the Hort. Right, in the Hort. I trained a lot of recruits there. You know, back when it was still in one piece. Finding a single half-decent recruit is a near impossible task. So I'll get to the point. Are you gonna help us out or not? It depends. What do you want from me? To be honest, quite a lot. But I'll take that as a yes. Look, anyone who works for me gets food, shelter, and fair pay for a day's work. Think it over. My door is always open. You'll find me a fair boss. I always speak my mind, even if I do seem a little blunt at times. Take this. Use it to pick up your rations in the canteen. Any other questions? Fire away. Anytime. What can I do to help? Simple. Go where help is needed. Then help. As far as I'm concerned, that's all it takes for me to treat you as a cleric. That's it? I'm a soldier. I don't like to overcomplicate things. I can't provide you with a uniform, though. We are all out of those. You're kidding me. No. Our armorer offers the standard protective gear, but no uniforms. The only one left is a regent's uniform, and I'm not giving that to you. Why not? Well, more accurately, I'm not giving it to you yet. You'll have to earn it, and that won't be easy. If the armor's really what you want, you need to gain access to the Alps. Infiltrate them. Right. I told you it wouldn't be easy. I'll also tell you why this is so important to us. Ever since they began occupying Ignadon, the Alps have left us in peace. Unfortunately, there's no guarantee they'll keep that up. The Alps are a threat we can't ignore, so I like to be as informed as possible. It's not enough to be one of their scouts. Gain the rank of trooper, and then we'll talk.
So you see, in every faction, you need to gain their trust. You need to do jobs, get helped, so they will give you armor. First you will get, I don't know, some weak armors for your minimum protection. Then that you will complete more and more jobs to get their more and more trust. They will just soon give you more stronger armor and better weapons. But in the end, when you join the faction, you can no longer, example, if I join the clerics now, I can no longer join berserkers or elves or outlaws. You will see this in the video, but be prepared. If you go to faction, you must be 100% willing to be in their group, in their ally, or there be clerics or elves or berserkers or outlaws. You must be 100% sure that you will commit to their standards to be their ally. Because once you commit to them, you cannot commit to the other faction. Only faction that you will serve if you commit to them will be the one you choose. So yeah. So let's see. Hagen, what do you have for me?
We will never be defeated. Never!
Okay, so if I do some jobs, they will give me some armor, but I'm not gonna join their factions yet. I don't know. I will be I will go to all the factions in this game. So in the end of the day, I will be 100% sure which faction I will join to be the strongest. Okay.
Unauthorized input. Access denied.
Access denied. Who are you?
Jax, a most unexpected visitor to our holy halls. Is it fate that in these troubled times you have found your way back to us?
Again we meet with dark clouds hanging over us. Little has changed since we took up arms against our common enemy.
At that time, you spoke of mankind's impending doom, and of those who would cause it. It shames me to think of how little heed I gave your wise words.
Forget it. I've had moments of doubt myself.
And out there, the invaders build their towers of destruction. Exactly what you tried to warn us of.
Actions are what count. We must think about our future. How to destroy this enemy.
That's exactly what we're doing. Now the wounds inflicted upon us have healed. We have rallied ourselves and are planning our resurgence.
I was hoping you could help me. I need some better gear. And some good instructors in the art of armed combat.
I see. You've lost a great deal of the strength you once had. The war against the Albs took a great deal from all of us. And the situation seems liable to get worse in the future, not better.
That war was 6 years ago. It's not a problem anymore. I was bitten by one of the invaders' dark creatures, infected with their plague. It crippled many of my combat skills. I need to work on them again, from scratch.
I wish I could help you, but in these dark days I have to think about my own faction. We have neither the resources nor the time to train you, or to share our weapons.
That is unfortunate.
To us, you are an outsider. We must focus on our own survival, and that means holding on to every last scrap we have.
I believe you're trying to talk me into joining the clerics.
That would be one way to solve this dilemma. Though, from the look of you, you'd have to start your training with the basics. That isn't something the clerics can afford to offer you. We simply can't spare the manpower or the relevant supplies. That's my final word, I'm afraid. We won't be able to give you basic training in our weapons technology.
So this guy in the first game of Elex, he was the chief and commander of all the clerics. He was to them. He was the big boss of all the clerics. He was the one who can train you or becoming your how to say. He was like Yoda for the clerics. He was the master, and only he can make you a cleric if you do the basic training enough. Only the boss, only the Yoda, only this guy can has the power to join to make you a cleric if you want to join this faction. Okay, I like your hair. I like your hair too. I like to join you. Could you suggest an alternative for that dialogue? I'm not ready to join the clerics. I wanna see what other faction can give me. So let's go with this one.
Could you suggest an alternative?
Our approach to combat closely resembles that of the Albs to the north. If you want to join us, I suggest you go to them first. They can teach you the basics.
You want me to train with your enemies?
They're not the only ones who would rather see us dead. These last few months, many evils have come to torment us. The Albs are the least of our worries. When you've completed your basic training, we can talk again about your initiation into the cleric community.
As an Alp commander, my specialty was Elex abilities. My repertoire didn't include other weapons until much later.
Then it's those abilities you should start improving. They will make you a valuable asset to the clerics.
I'll be returning to you as an Alb. You're okay with that?
That is what you were in the first place. Once you've learned the fundamentals of high-tech weaponry, speak to Judicator Hagen. He'll be able to answer your questions. We all have burdens to bear. I wish you every success on the rest of your journey.
Thank you. So yeah, the elves are very powerful, like more powerful than the clerks and the berserkers. Cause Jax was a elf commander, and the Elex made them so much stronger than the other factions.
I don't know enough about that.
Okay, I don't know much skill. So that's why he was, if you remember in first game, he was betrayed by his own kind.
My head.
The infection is spreading.
Infection. I'd already forgotten about it again. If I don't get a handle on it, that thing is going to happen to me.
Hey, hello.
Jax, is that you? What a wonderful surprise. It's been what, 6, 7 years? You look well. How are things? Need help with anything?
I don't know who she was in the first game of Elex. I really don't remember her.
Whoa, wait a sec. I barely remember you.
Are you serious? It was you who helped me uncover the true nature of Callan. If it weren't for you, we'd all be still worshipping a hunk of scrap metal. Kinda silly, right? I'm guessing Alex showed you where you can bunk down for the night. I expect you've got a lot on your mind right now. If you need a little time to yourself, I completely understand. We can catch up later. Maybe share a bottle of wine, if that's your thing.
What exactly do you do here?
I'm in charge of the Archives of Knowledge. I don't know if you remember, but once upon a time, I wasn't even allowed to step foot inside the archives. And now look at me. I'm responsible for preserving all the knowledge we have. How times change. It was so long ago, it feels like a different world. Remember our old home? All that was left was a smoldering ruin. If you're interested, I can also share some of my newfound knowledge with you. What do you say?
Okay.
What can you teach me?
Mainly things that'll improve your cognitive abilities. And looking at those muscles of yours, I can see that it's about time you started training your mind, too.
Whoa. So much Elex. 500 Elex for what? For experience? No. No, thank you. I'm good. Nope. Nope.
Mind if I take a look around the archives?
I'd be insulted if you didn't. If you're looking for anything in particular, just let me know.
Thank you, Eva.
Still in Goliath.
If you want to buy something, go see my merchants. They'll sell you what we can spare.
What are you doing here?
It's my job to catalog and ration the supplies in the castle, which means I'm busy. So if you don't want anything, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't bother me anymore.
You need help with your work?
Ah, so that's what you're after. You want a job. Well, if you want to help out, I always need supplies. So if you have any long-life food you want to get rid of, give it to me. Our trade convoy has gone missing, and there are no supplies coming in, which is a big problem.
What happened to your trade convoy?
If only I knew. They should have been here long ago. But if you're looking for work, I'd pay you to find them if you can and help them if they're still alive.
I have some supplies for you.
You know, I'll only take large quantities off your hands. I can't do much with individual cans. Show me what you got.
That isn't enough. That isn't enough. That isn't enough. About the trade convoy. Where should I start looking for them?
They can't be that far away, actually. I know they were on their way back from the Berserkers. They're probably somewhere between the fort and our castle.
I'll find them for you.
I'll make it worth your time. If you can help them reestablish their trade routes, I will reward you handsomely. And if they're dead, well, at least then I'll know I don't have to keep on waiting.
There's my way,
Okay,
and there's
guys.
the wrong way.
We have a job.
Is she really
Finally.
that gullible?
I
Well,
really couldn't care
unfortunately,
less.
guys, I don't have much time yet, so this is Elex
What a
Ii,
nut
calling
job.
1 and 1, and I will see you in the next video, guys.
Apparently they're still in
Peace.
Goliath.
Be safe.